Unlock enlightenment. Conquer these spiritual trials for ultimate inner peace. Have you ever felt like life is a never-ending puzzle, where every new piece you add seems to contradict the entire game plan? The more you try to make sense of it, the more confused you become. It's as if the universe is constantly rearranging the deck chairs on a sinking ship. Or maybe it's like this. You're on a journey with a trusted map, but every step you take seems to validate your deepest fears. You start questioning your own sanity, wondering if you're just lost in a sea of uncertainty. The more you search for answers, the more questions arise. Those moments of deep despair are not just random occurrences. They're spiritual wake-up calls. The universe is nudging you toward a profound realization that you're capable of far more than you ever thought possible. These aren't meant to break you. They're meant to break you open, like the bud of a flower bursting forth into bloom. You see, life is not a series of unrelated events. It's a magnificent spiritual tapestry. Every strand, every fiber is connected. And at the heart of it all lies a hidden truth. You are more than what you see in the mirror. You're an evolving being, constantly unfolding like a lotus flower bursting forth from the depths of a mysterious universe. Think of it this way. You're not just going through the motions of life. You're participating in a cosmic dance. Every moment, every interaction, every challenge is an invitation to surrender to the unknown. To trust that the universe has your back, no matter what. These spiritual trials are not the enemy. They're the catalysts that transform you into a shining being. Each challenge is an opportunity to level up, to transcend your limitations, and unleash your full potential. So, the next time life feels like it's testing you, remember, it's not trying to break you. It's trying to renew you, to refill your cup with the elixir of growth and transformation. You're not alone in this journey. We're all sharing the same stage, navigating the same universal themes. And when you share your story, you become part of a greater narrative, a testament to the power of human resilience and spiritual courage. The question is, are you ready to unravel the mystery, to break free from the chains of fear and limitation? Are you ready to discover that you're not just a mere human being? You're a shining, spiritual being? Today, we're diving deep into the spiritual tests that shape our journey toward inner peace. You see, these aren't your typical everyday challenges. They're profound experiences that push us beyond our comfort zones and transform us from the inside out. You'll discover 3 main trials that nearly everyone faces on their path to enlightenment. Letting go of attachments, mastering the art of patience, and maintaining unwavering faith when everything seems to fall apart. You've hit a dead end in life, feeling unfulfilled and disconnected from the world around you. It's as if you're wandering through a dense forest with no map, no compass, and no direction. Your days blend together in a blur of mundane tasks, and your nights are filled with an unsettling sense of emptiness. You feel like a leaf blowing in the wind, carried by forces beyond your control. This is not a coincidence. It's a sign that your soul is yearning for something more. A higher purpose beckons, whispering secrets in your ear and stirring a deep sense of discontent within you. You begin to feel a growing sense of disconnection from the things that once brought you joy. Hobbies, relationships, even your career. As you struggle to make sense of this disjointed feeling, you start to wonder, what's going on? Why do I feel so lost? You try to push through, convincing yourself that it's just a phase or a sign of exhaustion. But deep down, you know it's more than that. You know your soul is speaking to you in a language that only makes sense to the heart. It's time to listen. The voice of your soul is calling out to you, urging you to explore the unknown, to follow the thread of intuition that leads you to uncharted territories. You begin to sense that there's more to life than what you've been told. That the key to unlocking true fulfillment lies not in external sources, but within yourself. Imagine you're standing on the edge of a cliff, the wind whipping through your hair, the vast expanse of the world spread out before you. You gaze out at the endless possibilities, and your heart stirs with a sense of awe and wonder. This is the moment your soul has been waiting for. The hidden path to enlightenment is not a destination. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a summons to explore the depths of your own soul, to confront the shadows within, and to emerge stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever before. This is the uncharted territory where growth happens, where transformation unfolds, and where the true beauty of existence comes alive. Are you ready to step off the edge, to surrender to the unknown, and to embark on the sacred journey of waking up to your higher purpose? You stand at the crossroads, with 2 paths before you. One is paved with convenience and certainty, where every need is met, every desire is fulfilled, and every fear is alleviated. The other path is rough and uncertain, lit only by the flickering flame of self-discovery. You've likely walked on the path of convenience many times before, where attachment to possessions, relationships, and outcomes has led you through moments of pleasure and pain. You've clung to the idea of perfection, thinking that if only you had the perfect partner, job, or material possessions, you'd be fulfilled. But despite your best efforts, the sense of emptiness and disconnection persists. You feel a nagging sense of unhappiness, a whispered voice in the back of your mind telling you there must be more to life than this. This is the challenge of attachment in all its forms. It's the need to possess, to control, to know, and to be known. It's the fear of letting go, of surrendering to the unknown, and of facing the uncertainty that lies within. Imagine being a ship's captain, charting a course through treacherous waters. You've been careful to avoid the rocky shores of adversity, to steer clear of the storms of change. But as you navigate the calm waters of comfort, you start to feel a sense of restlessness. The horizon beckons, but you're too afraid to sail into the unknown. You've been conditioned to believe that happiness comes from outside, that it's the result of accumulating wealth, power, and possessions. You've been taught that the key to success is to achieve, and to achieve more. But the more you receive, the more you crave, and the more unfulfilled you feel. This is the dance of self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe that attachment will bring you happiness, so you cling to it all the more. But in doing so, you miss out on the very thing you seek, true inner peace. The challenge of attachment is a spiritual trial that requires courage, self-awareness, and determination. It demands that you confront the shadow within, the parts of yourself you've suppressed, denied, or hidden from the light. It asks you to face the fears that drive your behavior, to acknowledge the doubts that whisper in your ear. It's a journey that requires you to let go of identity, to release the need for validation, and to transcend the limitations of the ego. It's a call to embark on a path of discovery, where you'll encounter unknown territories, encounter new aspects of yourself, and awaken to the true nature of reality. The challenge of attachment is not about avoiding emotions or experiences, but about embracing them with an open heart and mind. It's about recognizing that every moment, every experience, and every relationship holds the potential for growth, transformation, and enlightenment. As you stand at the crossroads, the choice is yours. Will you continue to walk the path of convenience, or will you take the risk of embracing the unknown and facing the challenge of attachment? The answer lies within, and only by confronting the depths of your own soul will you discover the hidden path to enlightenment that awaits you. Learning to let go, this is where the test of letting go begins. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, often removes what we cling to most tightly, not to punish us, but to show us an essential truth. You are complete on your own. Remember that thing you thought you couldn't live without 5 years ago? Look at you now, not only surviving, but thriving. That's not coincidence, that's growth. Ancient wisdom traditions, from Buddhist teachings to Stoic philosophy, all point to the same truth. Attachment is the root of suffering. When you learn to hold things lightly, you become unshakable. In our world of instant notifications and same-day delivery, the test of patience might be the most challenging of all. You want spiritual growth? Great, but it won't come as quickly as your next Amazon package. You sit in silence, surrounded by the stillness of the night. The stars twinkle above, a reminder that the universe operates on its own timeline, and yours is not the only one that matters. You've been waiting for what feels like an eternity, and the anticipation is starting to wear you down. Imagine being a sculptor, carefully chiseling away at a block of stone to reveal a work of art within. Each blow of the chisel requires patience, as every error would compromise the final product. You'd not take a shortcut, for it would only lead to a flawed masterpiece. So too with spiritual growth. The universe crafts us with patience and precision, removing one grain of sand at a time until the statue of our true selves emerges. The universe invites us to join in this work of art, to contribute to the creation of our own masterpiece. But we're so accustomed to living in a world where instant gratification is the norm that we struggle to understand the value of deliberate effort and time-based transformation. We crave to see tangible results, like assessing the progress of a sculpture in mid-carving. But patience is like observing a winter landscape unfolding over several seasons. Every step, every day, and every moment takes us a little closer to the desired final product. Patience is about embracing uncertainty. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean and knowing that the other side is your destination. Every day, you take tiny steps, immersing yourself in the present moment, Each tide brings you closer, but you see only the span of what lies ahead with each rise and fall. You can choose either to immerse yourself in these depths or get caught in the ripples caused by trying to predict the water's surface. Patience means embracing the uncertainty and finding peace in the here and now, an ever-changing world, with each step forward and each turn into the unknown. The universe supports our progress with encouragement and setbacks in equal portions. Sometimes we succumb to it, retreating in fear. But when you sit still enough to hear your heartbeat in the turbulent comms of the soul, that wise whisper comes. The trials ahead are part of the journey, and they're offering you the chance to shift those burdens, to test how closely tied you are to letting go. To live with patience, you have to stop rushing through the time-lapse of life. Sometimes, you simply can't see the final product emerging from the blocks of clay that are you. Sometimes, the master of this unfolding masterpiece steps in and paints over your expectations. So you learn more and grow by letting go of needing it all right away. So as the night wears you down with its silence, and the dawn quietly rises over the landscape of your exhaustion, take a step of faith. You can navigate the waves that are both nurturing and testing. Recognize them and join the universal dance, sidestepping and flowing with its rhythms and counter-rhythms. Every pause is the chance to focus on the lessons hidden in these trials. Every step, even the challenging ones, keeps you connected to the promise that is unfolding and guided through the timeless passage of your ever-evolving journey. Start doing spiritual push-ups today. Bend the test of patience into a strength-building spiritual workout for the heart. As you navigate the twists and turns of life, it's easy to feel like your faith is being put to the ultimate test. The road to enlightenment can be a long and winding one, filled with dark alleys and dead ends. Yet, it's precisely in these challenging times that our faith is molded and transformed, revealing its true essence and power. Perhaps you've found yourself in one of those valleys, where the desert of doubt seems to stretch endlessly before you. The doubts creep in, whispering questions in your ear. What if I'm not good enough? What if I've made a mistake? Or what if I'm not worthy of love and acceptance? The fear and uncertainty can be overwhelming, making it feel like the answer to authentic faith lies just out of reach. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, turbulent sea. The waves crash against the shore, carrying the weight of your deepest fears and doubts. But you've been here before, in the midst of the tempest, and you're not about to let your faith be wrecked by it. Instead, you draw on the foundation of your inner strength, even when it feels like the whole world is against you. This is what it means to hold on to faith in challenging times. You may recall the story of David and Goliath, where one seemingly weak and young shepherd dares to challenge the seasoned warrior. What is often overlooked is that David's outcome was not just a result of his physical prowess, but of his bold declaration of faith in God's strength. Had David opted out of the battle, he might have avoided a direct confrontation with the giant, but he would have missed the most crucial opportunity to trust in a power greater than himself. As you face your own personal storms, recognize that you don't have to be like David, nor do you have to resort to the methods of the giant. Instead, tap into the substance of your faith, uncover the root source of your conviction, and anchor it firmly in the rock-solid certainty of who you are in the presence of an omnipotent God. Only when you can do this will you unlock the hidden path to enlightenment. A crucial aspect to harnessing faith in challenging times is that of acceptance. You might find it necessary to let go of preconceived notions of what your future should look like and accept the raw truth about what actually is. Your faith may be tested by circumstances beyond your control. A serious illness, the loss of a loved one, or financial difficulties, for example. But it is precisely in these situations that you are given the chance to demonstrate your unwavering trust in the power above. In times of turmoil, we often mistake self-reliance for courage. While autonomy can certainly be beneficial, leaning on externally sourced assurances can lead us farther away from our inner confidence and genuine faith. The pressure to seek control becomes particularly intense, only to realize that surrender may in fact be the greatest act of strength and your key to unlocking enlightenment. Think of it this way. What if every decision in life was a stepping stone toward greater faith? A lesson in trusting that there is always something more awaiting us just beyond the boundary of our understanding. Then, we'd strive not to get it right, but instead allow the imperfect answers to transform the questions, step by step, even minute by minute. Imagine, too, the story of how one ancient individual, greatly afflicted with blindness, suddenly gained back their sight and their faith as well. They stepped into a room full of flickering candles, and although the illumination spread throughout the space, He must have seen much more beyond mere visual clarity. This episode serves as a poignant memory, one in which we are reminded to embody faith and vision that goes much deeper than just tangible objectivity, entering a realm of absolute trust in unseen territories. How you choose to face the uncertainties of life has a profound impact on the depth of your faith. Here is a choice. Will you cower before the giants roar or courageously stand where the impossible dwells, relying on your instinct to trust not the universe, not chance, but the pure, unadulterated essence that gives you life? And so, you stand at the threshold, poised on the cusp of a brave, new world where uncertainty meets challenge. But what if that threshold leads not into fear, not into doubt, but into an eternal, uncompromising faith? Will you cross over the river with confidence and acceptance? Faith firmly rooted in holy promises that you've chosen to believe in? Or will your feet freeze, turning your gaze back on tried and tested outcomes, sheltered coves, hoping to weather the storms of the unknown without discovering the full-strength meaning within your faith? You've reached the threshold of spiritual awakening, where the veil between the known and unknown has grown tenuous. The trials you've faced are a testament to your resilience and determination to seek a higher truth. As you acknowledge the transformations taking place within you, remember that the soul is a garden that requires constant nurturing and growth. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a vast, oceanic landscape, where the waves of life have buffeted you in every direction. The shoreline you walk now is scarred, weathered by the relentless tide of experiences, but it's also nourished by the rich silt of lessons learned and the minerals of wisdom that have sunk beneath the surface. You're the navigator on this odyssey, charting the unseen currents of your own psyche and tuning into the subtle harmonies of the cosmos. The waves have taught you to bend, to yield, and to flex in the face of adversity. As you emerge from the turbulent depths, your surface now coated with the patina of countless trials, you begin to see the terrain ahead. The island of self-discovery, drenched in light, awaits. The wind whispers a secret in your ear. The trials you've endured have woven a tapestry of strength, impenetrable and radiant, a reflection of your capacity to ride the rogue waves and to heal the scars inflicted by the jagged reefs of pain. Through the long, winding process of enlightenment, you've discovered the paradox of growth. It's not in the overcoming of obstacles that we find our true selves, but in the surrender to the unknown, the unmaking of the boundaries that confined you, and the rebirthing of your essence. In the maelstrom of existence, you're currently unmoored from the familiar. As with each step forward, a mystery unfolds and a challenge is born. Yet, within this churning tumult, an ancient power resides. A cosmic inertia, a subtle law that defies the predictability of the material realm, inviting you to part the veil of appearances and grasp the solid ground of the unseen. As the music swells, recall the moment you dared to imagine a more radiant, expansive universe, now rising within you like the mist that precedes a great dawn. This was the aha, the turning point at which your outer self opened to the limitless love and wisdom of the world. In the light of this realization, you begin to understand that spiritual growth isn't about silencing your doubts, but about tuning your inner frequencies to the celestial song that is ever present. It's not about suppressing challenges, but about transmuting the lead of adversity into gold. And so, as you bask in the luminescence of your realized potential, heed this secret the universe is imparting. The transformation you sought lies not in the destination, but in the process itself. Each stage, each triumph, and each humility along the way have been a microcosm of the larger odyssey. This awareness ripples outward, leaving scattered like autumn leaves reminders of how each choice has been a gateway to a dimension of limitless possibility. It creates symmetry between the map of your journey and the topography of the inner universe, illustrating that progress, not arrival, is the guiding principle that sets the parameters for continued discovery and transcendence. The question now demands an answer from you, the unmade masterpiece, the evolving dreamer and embodied vision. Are you ready to take flight, spreading the transparent wings of faith and trust, casting the silver light of intention across the dark canvas of the unknown, transforming the cosmic forces that have guided you thus far? Ultimately, it is in that limitless expanse of trust that you first discovered your capacity to believe in the benevolent universe of infinite possibility. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Remember to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to join us on more spiritual explorations. Until next time, embrace your trials. They're making you more magnificent than you can imagine.